I've just moved my dev environment from being 100% local to 100% remote. Let's have a look at it. Just a quick caveat that everything here, the editing, the sounds, the overlay, it was all done by my AI editor. You can check out more at editor.stumason.dev. It's all open source. Have a play, see what you think. Okay, so the problem was, as I've said before, the Mac's getting a bit old, the heatwave's killing her, and I had all these VS Code windows up and running, and it just, editor, if you can insert a 747 sound at this point, this is what my office sounds like when I've got all this running, and it's just not good enough. So what I've done is, let me bring in, so I've got my Claude sandbox. It's just a container. It's quite a nice little dev container. It's got like PHP, Rust, Go, like all of the npm composers on there. It's all sat ready. It's got Chrome on there, so I can fire up dev tools and mess around. Like, it's all sat ready to be played with. So, and I've also got Claude installed and authenticated in there with my Mac subscription. So that's up and running. I can then connect to it. If I go to, so if we go have a look, this is my local. If I then go to connect to a dev container, and I can connect to Sandbox, and this should bring me straight into Sandbox, and it'll bring me straight into the tmux terminal, so like my main terminal, which will have my fleet of agents that are just sat there, either working through stuff or ready to work through stuff. If I go back, there you go. That's all right. So one needs input, the cockpit MCP integration, clean connect is up and running, and all my completed tasks there. So then I can go in and out of them how I want to. So this is connected to tmux. What's going on is I've got, all my devices are tailscaled. So the sandbox has got it on it, my Mac's got it on it, my phone's got it on it. So they're all in this private mesh. None of this is on the public internet, and I can just connect to all these different things. So this isn't exposed in any way, pretty secure. The sandbox itself is completely wall gardened. It can get out to the internet and stuff can come into it, but the actual other containers on the Coolify box, all my other stuff, let's have a quick squiz at all that, shall we? If we go into projects, so all my stuff that's on there is all wall gardened away. It can't SSH into any of that stuff, and it can't, like, it hasn't got Docker sock, so it can't connect to it. Docker sock? Soccer doc. Right, so that's that. We've talked about tmux. This is working. This is a bit better, isn't it, Eddie? Edo! Can I call you Eddie? Do you mind? Listen, so I feel better. The problem, Coolify, mesh, agents and tmux. So the wall garden's pretty cool, but sometimes I will want it to reach into one of those containers and run a command, see if something's there. It's got my Coolify MCP attached to it, so it can see that deploys and logs and things like that without reaching in. But running tinker commands or checking the database. Let's try test the cockpit broker command by running a read SQL against the stumason.dev database. Your choice. So that's going to kick off an agent. We've got another agent. I can go into that agent. Look, Fable 5's back. That's nice, isn't it? So it's loading up the skill. It's got a command broker on skill on there, and it's going to hit ask Stu. There's an ask Stu endpoint. It hits that. If I go into broker, again, look, this is all Tailscale. This isn't on the public internet. My broker, my cockpit isn't on the public internet, and you can tell because it doesn't work. So let's go in here. You can see a bunch of commands in there already. Let's go back to here and see how it's getting on. That old high street sign was a gift, a Christmas present from Sam Millen and Paul Smith. And it's just, I love it. I want it to be more in shot. Do you know what I mean? It's lush. Now, this does notify me, and I do get a native notification, but it does it to my other screen, so you can't see it pop up. There you go, boom. Right, so this is the command. So what's going to happen now is I'm going to approve and run that. Then the cockpit itself is going to SSH in to that container, run the command, grab the response and throw it back at the agent. So if I approve and run, yeah, run it. So there you go, number 15 submitted, request decided. You got an exit code 0 straight away, and we should have the output from the request. Look at that. That's a nice human in the loop, right? So then I've got all these agents running. When they want to reach inside something, be my guest, make a request. I might say no. But I probably won't, especially not with Fable. Right, that's basically it. So I'm finding it pretty cool. There is a problem. I've now got it anywhere. Like, I can access it from a browser, I can access it from my laptop, I can access it from my phone, I can access it from the wife's iPad, which means that I can feed my crippling token addiction anywhere, like on the beach, at the dinner table, during family time, on the toilet. I mean, let's find out if that's a good thing. No, don't need to say that yet. That's a joke. I'll leave that later. Oh my God, what? Should we try it? Let's try it, mate.